Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. Today is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. Crazy to think that 2023 is out of here. Um, yeah, it went so fast as it always does. But at any rate, I wanted to do a look back here at 2023 weather now that that year has concluded and the dust has settled on the data here. I really like to see what all transpired in terms of the temperatures here in Cincinnati, Ohio, in the calendar year 2023. So the biggest thing was, and first of all, if you know anything about me, you know I love actually going to real data websites. So I'm here at National Weather Service, weather.gov. Click on past weather, and you'll be driven to a map, and you just select your weather station. But at any rate, yeah, so let's actually look at what actually transpired here and not just talk about what we think or what it felt like, but let's get actual data in here to tease this out a little bit. First and foremost, this is the one that I was most concerned about. And as you can see here, I picked Cincinnati area monthly summarized data. The data for all 12 months for this particular location starts in 1873, right towards the end of the Civil War, or right after the Civil War, I should say. And I want to include 2023, but don't put 2024 in there. And then my variable is min temp, and I'm looking at a daily minimum. So I'm going to find out the coldest it got here in Cincinnati here in 2023. And the answer is 15 degrees. 15 degrees, and that is zone 8B. That's right, you heard me, Cincinnati zone 8B. That's insane. That is the highest low temperature we've ever recorded here in Cincinnati for 150 years. Since 1873, that's the highest low temp it has ever gotten. So if you click right here on annual, you can see the records. So 2023, the coldest it got here was actually just last month, that cold spell of a day. It was 15. The previous record was 1921, so 102 years ago. It was 14 degrees. So yeah, that's a big record. When you're talking about protecting palm trees and protecting tropical plants, 15 degrees is a low temp, is the highest low temp here in the Midwest is pretty great. So that's really cool to see. That broke the record, which was really, really awesome. Now, some other things to note here. I have a little bit of a list that I wrote down here that I want to show you guys. Let me pull this back up here. Yeah, so we're looking here at year-to-dates. And I pulled this for December 31. So this has the full year in it. What we observe versus the normal. So we were 1.9 over normal in the max temp. We were 1.8 over normal in the low temp. And in the average temp, we were also 1.8 over normal. And you can see here precipitation, we were significantly down 6 inches from normal. And I'm not going to show this, but I did pull it. And we had the lowest precipitation that we've had in 11 years. So it was definitely on the drier side as well, which, hey, I'm fine with. That's fine by me. Another couple things to cover off here. Let me go back out here and pull this down. And I'm actually showing you this so you guys can pull this for yourself. You don't need a news report. You don't need an article from weather.com. You don't need the USDA, guys. You can come out here with a few clicks and figure this out for yourself. Power's in your hands. Don't let someone else write the narrative for you, or you don't have to wait for them, quite frankly. The other thing I want to show here is number of days where we got to or below 32 degrees freezing. And scroll down here to 2023, and we were at 77 days. The average is 98 days. So 21 days less in 2023 it froze than it does typically on average. And let me show you here where that kind of falls. Our record is 53. So that would have been pretty cool to have. We were right here. 2023 was right there, and I believe I counted 10. There was 10 years that had a less amount of freezing days than we did this year. So that was a top 10 in terms of warmth of winter. Only 70 days hit freezing. That's pretty cool. The next thing I'm gonna do is average. Well, let's start with the max, and then we'll go mean, and click go on this. And okay, so this is mean max temperature for each year, and you'll find 2023 right here. So the max temperature on average was 66 degrees in 2023, and that was good for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was good for 5th all time here in Cincinnati. So that was a good one. The fact that our high temperatures made it to where it was the 5th warmest year on record. We'll do that same thing for min temp. Oh, nope. Sorry, I don't want to do that. I wanted to do mean. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay, so 2023. Let's see, where are we? Right all the way down here. I counted these up. Yeah, 16. I counted before I logged on here. There was 16 years that had a higher average low temperature than we did. So that's pretty good. You're talking 150 years worth of data here. So being the top 16, that's pretty good. And then we'll do average temp, mean, and 2023 is right here at 56.5. And there was 9 years that had a higher average mean temp. So overall, the average annual temperature in Cincinnati in 2023 was 56.5. That's good for 9th all time. So overall, when you just think about all these things that I just rattled off to you, that's a top 10, top 12 warmest winter in Cincinnati. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to show you. I didn't want to get too carried away with the data, but yeah, it's cool to see. It was definitely a top 10 winter in terms of, year in terms of temp. But it wasn't anything, completely out of the ordinary. Only one record was actually set in terms of any of the temps, and that was just the lowest high temperature ever, which is actually probably the most important one. So yeah, that's kind of where we stand overall. One thing that was really interesting was Dayton. If you go to Dayton, which is an hour north of Cincinnati, and it's actually kind of significantly cooler because it is flat in Dayton. They don't sit necessarily as much in the valley between the Miami rivers as we do in Cincinnati, and they don't have the Ohio River to put off any water warmth there. So Dayton usually is definitely much cooler, even though it's just an hour north. But at any rate, they set a record for, doggone it. Yep, oh, this will still show me. They set a record for the least amount of days with freezing. They had 74 days that it got to or below 32 degrees right there, 2023, a record. And it set the record by 4 days. It wasn't even close. Cincinnati had 77. So we actually had 3 more days of freezing than they did in Dayton. But yeah, Dayton set a record right there. So yeah, pretty wild just overall. But I know there's a lot of year-end articles, especially on Twitter, if y'all are on Twitter at all, talking about warmest year on record and, yada, yada, the world overall, United States overall. so much of that can be misleading. You don't have you can't you can't go to a weather app and say, show me the temperature in the USA, right? Like that, you don't have a temperature that is all existing for all people in the United States. So those it's almost like a little bit of clickbait there. You got to be careful with that stuff, and just get specific, pull down the data for yourself, and make sure you're actually looking at stuff is the way it should be. And I love this website, and I would encourage anyone who cares about the weather, particularly if you're trying to zone push, to come out here and use this site. It's really, really great. You can slice and dice it any way you want. And so Cincinnati, now that we're zone 8A, we're gonna start doing some more things here and planting some more palms and whatnot. Of course, you guys know I'm joking with that. But it just goes to show the zones don't mean anything. Last year it was -8, or I should say in 2022 it hit -8, and in 2023 it only hit 15. It's just a great example that you have no idea what's going to happen, and you just got to pay attention and just take it every winter as it comes. But all right, everyone, that's that. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you want me to display anything else to you. I'd even be happy to show you around this site, and even pull some data for you at your site if you're interested. So yeah, just let me know. But hope everyone has a great start to 2024, and looking forward to more in this year. Take care, everyone. Bye.